they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Dontari Poe in on the stop. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson eluding the pressure right. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
The Texans send the punter out. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. Fielded at the 20. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by K'Von Webster. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to air one out. Now it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 44 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Let's go.
option late. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. With 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Now Bonner. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton, flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Green Jackson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they throw an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. To throw on 2nd is Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. A 33-yarder from the left hash. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. They're kicking a field goal from that distance, just give them confidence.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Back to throw, Newton. Fighting to stay upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
No doubt that's a very very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. The Panthers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing is Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Now we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. All right, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Hey.
They will go for it. Now Newton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Come back. Tiger.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. A second spin. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Running was at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Tiger. Come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's Watson now on second down. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
A carry for Foreman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This an easy one, 23-yarder. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
McCaffrey on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Watson now to throw on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dontari Poe in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Now Newton on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
On 1st down, Watson. A quick hitter, complete. It's Fuller. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time. And what's going to happen? So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the red zone now, Watson buying time to his left. Strong running. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Forced out to his left. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans will add on to their lead. To throw is Watson. Operating from the gun. Being chased out left. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman. Then with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
Now, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Rolling to his right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Richmond.
Watson hands this to Foreman, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. On 1st down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mario Addison in there to get him for a loss of 5. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
Tiger!
Here's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep it down.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Newton. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6.
We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. The champs is in. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. Wake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you, right now on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the rain for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Wear the white flag, they forfeit it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Y'all gotta treat it like forges. Scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Whip it, shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you broke them off. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck, goose, linebacker coming through. Yeah, hit him with the spin of the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarterback sneakers on 4th and 3. Get the ends on the offensive.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Richmond. Come back, come back.
Watson on 1st and 10. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. The 30. 20. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. A big play there on the first play of the game. 69 yards. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Now Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. And Thomas has it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson goes it complete to Miller. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. He hits Beasley right side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Swing in the turn, right. To the right.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Escaping the pressure right. A dump off to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go and take the play that's in front of him.
Come back, come back.
Throwing again is Watson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80! Come back! Come back! 2 jet! 2 jet!
From the gun, here's Watson. He sets the fire deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Here's Austin. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Well, Charles, as the Cowboys take over here, what do you think of the season that Dallas had? Yes, they get in the playoffs, but that's now 6 straight divisional round games that they've lost.
And that doesn't make you feel great as an organization. But think about this season. They started 3-5, ended up winning their division. Questions about their head coach Jason Garrett's future. They finished 7-1 to claim that NFC East title in 5 years. And then they added a playoff win over Seattle as well. So I think the future looks good for Dallas. I also like what they're building in terms of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott on offense. But how about on defense? They got 2 of the better young linebackers in the league, and Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Build around them and watch for the Cowboys to be in the mix in years to come.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
46, 46. Here we go, 46, 46. 26. Here you go. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Cooper's first catch, and good for a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
26. Start that over there. Start that. 26.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Change of scenery turned out to be really good this year for Cooper and the Cowboys. 9 games with them, over 700 yards, including that 217-yard 3-score performance against the Eagles.
And remember, that last score was in overtime to give Dallas a huge win in the NFC East and help propel them to a division title. 1,005 yards combined between Oakland and Dallas. The 3rd time he's gone over 1,000 in his 4 seasons in the NFL.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
46.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They don't give it here to his running back. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. J.J. Watt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. first down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Tiger. Come back. Do Jack.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And an Elliott run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 38 yards, and the Cowboys are in for 6. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And now out comes Houston. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On second down, here's Watson. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw on 3rd down. Watson. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going for it. It's Watson going deep for Hopkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Foreman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here's a give to Little. And he stopped immediately there. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They start on the ground with Elliott. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
But, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Prescott under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the end. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
46.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here you go. 26.
Prescott yet again. And it will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. But pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On third down, Elliott. And past the 35, will be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
47.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And forget before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that's going to lead to a third down. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the football trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on second is Watson. Looking deep for Demarius. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Come back, come back.
Watson now to throw on third down. Looking deep. He's got a man. Complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on third and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 2nd and 10, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, Not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Escaping the pressure right. Looking left side, and it's complete. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Play action now, Prescott. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends. Back now in Houston. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Now Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. It's a big play there on third down. And even 40 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. Look at the spin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 25 yards. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, blue lady! Blue lady! Richmond! Tiger!
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 45 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Richmond! Reset! Come back!
On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Watson now on second down. He's letting this one go for again his man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Richmond. Reset. Two jet.
On second down, here's Miller. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and...
He will go down. The Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Off the play fake, Prescott going up top. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That one goes for 36 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Throwing here, Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. Intended that time for Cooper. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Two jet.
Back to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Two jet.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Richmond. Come back.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
And that one Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
This seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Hey, 47. Here go 46. That's awesome.
Prescott here to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On third down, it's Elliott, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Come back.
He's back to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15.
Richmond.
Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Come back.
Now Watson. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Come back.
Watson now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. David Irving in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just a...
And you know you primed the pump.
and then ramble it. Shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you block them all. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck goose linebacker coming through. Yeah, hit him with the spin of the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Houston Texans. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Here we go 46. Here we go 46. Here we go 46. 46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. That's a strong running. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. And a run past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Here we go 47. 47. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Cooper was the target there. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Do Jack! Do Jack! Richmond! 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 Tiger! Tiger! Tiger!
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Throwing again is Watson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. they covered that play successfully.
Richmond, come back. Two jet.
Here's Watson on third down. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. 23 yards on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Tiger.
Now Foreman. They'll get 3 up to midfield.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Richmond. Two jet. Tiger.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
And now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Richmond. Come back.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson going for the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 42 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And here's Lewis. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And as a defender, if you come with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that, but to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all the time.
On first down, Watson eluding the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Richmond! Tiger!
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Buying time is left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Two jet! Reset!
And they'll go ground game here to the tailback. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll go with Foreman. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will extend their lead. And he knocks it through. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And here's Lewis. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off near the 26. Cooper was the intended target.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. He can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Man, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going at quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Reset! Richmond!
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. Looking long for Thomas. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 19.
Come back!
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Demarius Thomas, 47 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Here you go.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Right side taken in by Gallup. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here's Prescott. He's going to go deep for beat. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there.
And that's caught inside the 30. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. Here's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and then come away empty.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Will run with Miller. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Watson now to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. This is Miller, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. And he's in. It's a Houston Texans touchdown.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
You go 46, 46. 46.
A second down throw for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Hey,
Pick your game up. Stay open. Stay
26.
On third down, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Letting one fly deep. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Prescott on first down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swain as the first half is winding down, and the Cowboys cut into that lead.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row, we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And here comes the Texans now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
On first down, it's Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Target.
The final shot before the break. Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here's Watson, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Now Austin. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw. Prescott flushed out right. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 44 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get this score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now out comes Houston. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Reset, reset, reset.
To throw on second is Watson. Skirts by him at the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And the pitch goes to Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now a first down throw. Watson flush to his right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Back to throw, Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run to Foreman. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And now here come the Cowboys. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Gun. 46.
He's coming. Check him.
26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Oh, Prescott stripped. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott, eluding the pressure right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tiger. Come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's letting this one go for 4. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 37 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like him? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff position? Right? They're worried about when you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Flushed out right. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And now here's another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Intended that time for Cooper. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they try to get it back.
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still three-score game, no fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Now a play fake here on first down. And just a small glimpse there. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They give him a gain of 37. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
On second down, Prescott again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the
was getting paid. She ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snicker bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. Y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's rock now. Gun. Express!
On first down, it's Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot. He's got him in. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
Gun. Great. Watch at the 3.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Great. Gun.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Hey.
Now the former Oregon man, it's Kenyon Barber. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Hey.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Great. You got 4. Hey.
On the ground, McCaffrey. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Hey, go down. Ready? You're set, ready? Gun. Hey! Great.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he will score! Touchdown, Panthers! Cam Newton taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They're going to go with a tight end here on the run play. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right, it might have a touch a little bit.
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want to do. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. If it all came together, but I bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DJ Reader in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Right to the 3. Do something.
Out of the gun, Newton. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long, it's Newton. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield.
pressure advantage.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. But I think this time, it's definitely an or not.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Being chased out left. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. They'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th.
4 down, 4 down. Expect! Hey, hey. Gun. Right there in the middle. 55.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Come back. 42.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brothers down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes. We're trying to put him on the ground.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been do so here in the second.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. To throw on 2nd down. Newton. He'll take this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
After the interception, here's Watson. Caught here by Griffin. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll running right through it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
Watson on first down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Throwing again is Watson. Steps away to his left. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, green the line, green the line.
He may try and run, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. Our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, the 20.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Flush to his right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Come back, come back.
On first down, it's Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Flag 22! Flag 22!
From the 50, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Tiger!
To the air yet again, Watson. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Watson to throw again. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. He can run for it, and he will. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on fourth down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
20.
A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. We're just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That goes for a gain of 31. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. from the gun. Here's Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
They brought in the heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
From the red zone now, Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Akins, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans are in for 6. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again, they run again to McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now Barner. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
20. Great. Express. 8. Do some. Express.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Got a man, it's right. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Newton on first down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From the left side, McCaffrey's got it. Past the 20. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They give him a gain of 38.
I don't think what we just saw there was any surprise, because when Christian McCaffrey came out of Stanford, we knew he was a threat running it and catching it. And any way you can get the ball in his hands, he wanted to do so. Personally, I thought he ran the best routes of anyone coming out of his draft class, and that included the wide receivers.
Last year, 80 receptions, also in the return game. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he?
He certainly is. Every which way you want to go, however you want to package him, I do think his running production will increase in 2018.
Here's Newton, eluding the pressure right. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore from 8 yards out, and his guys are able to strike for 6. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find a target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you've already thrown 2 interceptions, you've got to take extra special care of the football because that one could very easily have been a 3rd.
Yeah, off-balance, pressure coming. Probably just has to stick that one in his pocket, right?
He does. I just think that when he's in a rut like this, I think this happens to a lot of quarterbacks, they try and overcome it by making big-time throws. Throws they know they shouldn't make, but they're hoping to complete them rather than having the confidence that they actually will.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Richmond. Come back. Richmond. Two jet.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 57 yards. And the Texans are in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Newton again. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to your backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like he said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On first down, Watson. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Play action for Miller. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of what? A turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll get it up the middle. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Texans will add on to their lead. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few.
And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A fantastic connection that time. Newton to Funchess. 43 yards. Now a first down throw for Newton. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Here's Watson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything is you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have. As they get him behind the line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Demaryius Thomas, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans will extend their lead. Watson now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Out don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Funchess. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
23 yards on the play. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability though to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Newton. Dancing to his left. Open space inside the 10. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the gun, here's Newton. So it is, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Buying time to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jadeveon Clowney getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Newton to the right side. He's got more complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Come back, come back. Target.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski will return to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
This will be caught just inside the 10. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you don't lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Now Newton. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Back to throw, Newton. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
20. 20.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your...
Checking to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car.